bright morning star rising, bright morning star rising, bright morning star arising. Day is breaking in my soul. Oh, where are our dear mothers? Oh, where are our dear mothers? Oh, where are our dear mothers? Day is breaking in my soul. They are down in the valley praying. They are down in the valley praying. They are down in the valley praying. Day is breaking in my soul. Oh, where are our dear fathers? Oh, where are our dear fathers? Oh, where are our dear fathers? Day is breaking in my soul. They have gone to heaven shouting. They have gone to heaven shouting. They have gone to heaven shouting. Day is breaking in my soul. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Day is breaking in my soul.
I stopped to see where he was born, the last house on the quay, and the wind off that old river brought a wave of memories. I recall a yellowed photograph when he was still a boy, his face the same yet different from night I watched him die. And the river flows on steadily, an endless stream of time. I watch the boats that come and go on the turning of the tide. We'd often stop and visit there on Sunday afternoon. He'd take me walking on the dock, down among the boys and booms. He used to say that life's too short to never take a chance. Yet he was over 60 when he finally learned to dance. And the river flows on steadily, an endless stream of time. I watch the boats that come and go on the turning of the tide. At Christmas, when the family all came home and gathered there, I'd lie awake in bed and hear them laugh and sing downstairs. The clock would tap like raindrops drumming on the windowsill. But now the house is boarded up, the empty street is still, and the river flows on steadily, an endless stream of time. I watch the boats that come and go on the turning of the tide. Oh, the river flows on steadily, an endless stream of time. I watch the boats that come and go on the turning of the tide.
Remember when we walked in hills of heather, singing, weaving mystical rings. Now in a while, my precious child, you will unfurl your wings, and I'll have lost what I believed I'd promised everything. But before you go, my friend, my kind companion, listen to this song I sing. Then go in peace and grow in grace and goodness. Know that you have nothing to fear. And dry your eyes, my little one, and let there be no tears. Send me a dream from way beyond. I promise I shall hear. Oh, beautiful, beloved soul companion, thank you for those beautiful years. And heaven hold and watch your way forever. May your every dream come true. Forgive all wrong, always be strong, and do what you must do. You stand before this open door, and you must now companion, bless the road that carries you. Precious friend, my home, my sweet companion, bless the road that carries you.
I'm waiting deep waters, trying to get home. Lord, I am waiting deep waters, trying to get home. I am waiting deep waters, waiting deep waters, waiting deep waters, trying to get home. I'm climbing high mountains, trying to get home. Lord, I am climbing high mountains, trying to get home. Lord, I am climbing high mountains, climbing high mountains, climbing high mountains, trying to get home. Lord, I am walking deep valleys, trying to get home. Lord, I am walking deep valleys, trying to get home. I am walking deep valleys, walking deep valleys, walking deep valleys, trying to get home. I am waiting deep waters, trying to get home. Lord, I am waiting deep waters, trying to get home. Lord, I am waiting deep waters, waiting deep waters, waiting deep waters, trying to get home. Trying to get home, trying to get home, trying to get home, trying to
Oh, the waves crash in and the tide pulls out. It's an angry sea, but there is no doubt that the lighthouse will keep shining out to warn the lonely sailor. The lightning strikes and the wind cuts cold through the sailor's bones to the sailor's soul, till there's nothing left that he can hold except the rolling ocean. And I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready. I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. Don't give me mercy for my dreams, 'cause every confrontation seems to tell me what it really means to be this lonely sailor. And when you take me by your side, you love me warm, you love me, and I should have realized I had no reasons to be frightened. And I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready. I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm. Distance, it is no real friend, and time will take its time, but you will find that in the end it brings you me, the lonely sailor. And when the sky begins to clear and the sun it melts away my fear, I'll cry a silent weary tear for those that need to love me. But I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready. I am ready for the storm. Yes, sir, ready. I am ready for the storm. I'm ready for the storm.
Hand in hand across the land, we'll walk
I watch the boats that come and go on the turning of the tide. We'd often stop and visit there on Sunday afternoons. He'd take me walking on the dock down among the boys and booms. He used to say that life's too short to never take a chance. Yet he was over 60 when he finally learned to dance. And the river flows on steadily, an endless stream of time. I watch the boats that come and go on the turning of the tide. At Christmas, when the family all came home and gathered there, I'd lie awake in bed and hear them laugh and sing downstairs. The clock would tap like raindrops drumming on the windowsill. But now the house is boarded up, the empty street is still, and the river flows on steadily, an endless stream of time. I watch the boats that come and go on the turning of the tide. Oh, the river flows on steadily, an endless stream of time. I watch the boats that come and go on the turning of the tide.
Remember when we walked in hills of heather, singing, weaving mystical rings. Now in a while, my precious child, you will unfurl your wings, and I'll have lost what I believed I'd promised everything. But before you go, my friend, my kind companion, listen to this song I sing. Then go in peace and grow in grace and goodness. Know that you have nothing to fear. And dry your eyes, my little one, and let there be no tears. Send me a dream from way beyond. I promise I shall hear. Oh, beautiful, beloved soul companion, thank you for those beautiful years. And heaven hold and watch your way forever. May your every dream come true. Forgive all wrong, always be strong, and do what you must do. You stand before this open door, and you must now go through. My precious friend, my home, my sweet companion, bless the road that carries you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Linda Dorsina Forey, and I'm a member of the Rian Immigrant Center's Advisory Board. And I am delighted to be your co-host this evening, along with my good friend Brian O'Donovan.
It's
hey, Brian.
so great to be with you, Linda, for this great cause. Happy to be here, of course, to support the good work of the Rian Immigrant Center.
Thank you. It's amazing. Welcome to Rian Immigrant Center's very first virtual SOLAS Awards celebration. We are joined tonight by people from around the globe, and we are so pleased to have you as our guest. Thank you for joining us and for your support.
Many of you have been to past SOLAS celebrations in hotels around the Boston area when the Rian Immigrant Center was known as the Irish International Immigrant Center, and before that, the Irish Immigration Center. What a journey it's been over those past 31 years, starting with the indomitable Sister Lena Deavy and a small group of Irish immigrants. This center is now Boston's welcome center for over 3,500 immigrant and refugee families from more than 120 countries. This evening, we're delighted to be celebrating under our new name, the Rian Immigrant Center. Rian is the Irish word for path, and it speaks so well to the center's mission of creating pathways to new beginnings. Rian honours our Irish roots while reflecting our inclusive mission of empowering immigrant families to the path of opportunity, most importantly, safety, and a better future for all. We're so pleased to be recognising a group of extremely deserving individuals tonight. You'll meet each one of them. We will also be joined by the brilliant Irish musical duo Saint Sister. Here to say a few words of welcome are the Irish Consul General to New England, Leisha Moore, British Consul General to New England, Peter Abbott, and the Director of the Northern Ireland Bureau in Washington, D.C., Andrew Elliott.
Hello, I'm Leisha Moore, the Consul General of Ireland in Boston. The Consulate has enjoyed a really close and really strong relationship with Rian ever since its foundation, and we're very grateful for all of the advice and support that Rian has provided to Irish immigrants and to the Irish community in the Boston area over the years, and that strong support continues to this day. So congratulations, Rian, on the SOLAS Awards. I'm sorry that I can't be there in person this year. And congratulations in particular to all of the honorees this year. And I was particularly pleased to note that one of the honorees, Des McIntyre, hails from my hometown in Dublin.
Hello, my name is Peter Abbott. I'm the new British Consul General in Boston. It's a great pleasure to have been invited to speak at this year's SOLAS Awards. All of those that have been honoured this evening are exceptional and have shown astonishing friendship and fortitude. I'm delighted that the British Society of New England has been able to support the Rian Immigrant Centre over many years. Congratulations again to all of the honorees.
Hello, My name is Andrew Elliott. I'm the director of the Northern Ireland Bureau in Washington, D.C. I am delighted to join Leisha and Peter in expressing my support for the work of Rian. I am sad that the pandemic means that we can't actually be together in one place, given the strong connections between Northern Ireland, the Bureau, and Boston. But I'm glad to have had the chance to visit last year and see the important work of the Immigration Centre team at first hand. Ronnie told me recently of the particular challenge of COVID-19, especially in supporting the University of Ulster and other J1 students to get home. I congratulate the worthy honorees this year, and I also can't wait to hear Saint's sister, who I am proud to say hail from Belfast and Derry. Good luck to you all today.
Thank you for the welcomes. And now we are going to hear from Rian's executive director, someone who is a visionary leader, has been doing such an incredible job. Please welcome Ronnie Miller.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. Linda and Brian, thank you so much for hosting this global celebration. We're really indebted to your loyalty to the Rian Immigrant Centre. I would like to start out by thanking our amazing, hard-working SOLAS host committee, chaired by Mike Callahan, and including my colleagues Janie, Sari, Leah, Georgie, and Rafaela. Thank you all for your hard work. I want to acknowledge our lead sponsors, the McIntyre family, BNY Mellon, the Arbella Insurance Foundation, John Donoghue and Francis Robinson, Karen Keating and Sarah, and Jim and Sarah, Garrity Associates, and the Schooner Foundations. And to all of our sponsors and donors, thank you. If you have not yet made a donation in support of our centre, please consider doing so this evening. This event could not have happened without the technical expertise and countless hours of support from our good friends at John Doucette Film and Video, the Belmont Media Centre, and Charlie Bent of Myriad. Congratulations to all our 2020 honorees. Ngozi Okoye. Ngozi, we are totally inspired by your courage and your resilience. Des McIntyre. Des, thank you for all of your genuine support and care for immigrants and for racial justice. Larry and Atsko Fish. You both have been such long-standing supporters of our work, and especially this year in response to the COVID crisis. Thank you. And finally, the crew of the Juventa rescue ship. We stand in solidarity with you on land and on sea. Our much-loved founder, Sister Lena Deavy, has a connection to the work of Juventa. When Lena returned to Ireland, she joined a group of Irish volunteers on the Greek island of Chios to help welcome refugees who were landing on the shores. And for anyone who knows Lena, you will know that she's providing compassionate and practical assistance to the residents of the camp, keeping hope alive with dignity and opportunity as each day flows into another. Thank you, Lena, for everything that you do for refugees in Chios and in Ireland, and for everything that you have done in Boston over the years. This has been a seriously challenging year, indeed 4 years, with the onslaught of nativist and racist policies that have been tearing families apart, wreaking havoc on lives and halting and hurting families who are on the journey to integration and a successful, happy life here in the United States. Add to this COVID-19 and how the pandemic has disproportionately impacted immigrant families, both in terms of health and economically. And then add to this the systemic racism that has been happening in our nation. Our country has been intentionally exclusive, racist, and inequitable for non-white communities. And the families that Rian serves know this all too well. We at RIAN have been re-examining our core values, and we're fully committed to being an anti-racist organisation by valuing and promoting anti-racist ideas and policies. Yes, the past year has been a perfect storm of hardship, devastation and discrimination, but our attorneys and social workers, our youth workers and all of our staff and volunteers are on the front lines advocating and helping create pathways to new beginnings. I am with you here tonight bearing witness to their commitment, expertise and deep care for the immigrant families we serve. Deep gratitude to each and every one of my colleagues. Thank you. As we move into a potentially uncertain and turbulent time ahead, let's steer the course together. As Chief Justice Ralph Gance noted in his first State of the Judiciary address in 2015, and I'm paraphrasing our dear friend Ralph, we seek to repair the world, sometimes even save the world one person at a time. And what that means is that we will step up to the plate and seek to address the challenging problems that come before us. I ask each and every one of you to join us on this journey and help us create a world where all are welcomed and valued and enjoy equal opportunity and protection. Thank you for your support. Good night and enjoy the rest of this celebration.
Hi, we are Saint Sister and we are very delighted to be here for the RIAN Immigrant Centre SOLAS Award celebrations. Thank you so much for having us. This first song we're going to play is called The Place That I Work. 2, 3.
The day you walked into the bookstore, waving across the aisle. Truth is, I was glad to see you, though I couldn't smile. I thought about the last time we spoke, what you said I'd heard. Oh, and now you show up, talking nicely in the place that I work. And I know it's been a month or two, but surely you remember. Oh, why did you pick now to show up last day of December? And no, this isn't a good time, but yes, I like to talk. Maybe you should stay a while. We could take a walk. And I wish I wasn't so nervous, but you put me on edge. Last time that I saw you, our legs were swinging from the edge of the window at that party. I remember the feel of it. And darling, how real was it when we had it all? And we had it all. walking nicely in the place that I work.
Hello, my name is Michael Cahalan, and I serve on RIAN's board of directors. 2020 has been a challenging year for our planet, our nation, and our local community. RIAN wishes to acknowledge the passing of dear friends and social justice champions, Larry Raske, Gerard Doherty, Steve Clark, Chief Justice Ralph Gantz, Congressman John Lewis, and Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. May their memory be a blessing.
Thank you, Mike, for those words of remembrance. What a sad time it is. So many people lost this year for so many different reasons, but it is a general sense of loss, Linda.
It really is, Brian, and so it was a beautiful moment of silence, and we just remember, those that were with us.
We can pull through it together, and tonight we are celebrating that togetherness. We're celebrating so many people who work on behalf of the Rian Immigrant Centre. Starting off there, though, we heard from Gemma and Morgan from St. Sister from Dublin. What an amazing group they are. We're going to hear more from them at other parts of the program. We were delighted that these folks were able to join us tonight. What talent. It's just phenomenal. Solace is the Irish word for light, and tonight we are recognizing people from all over our region who are active beacons of light.
And speaking of beacons of light, Larry and Atsko Fish founded the Fish Family Foundation, which has supported thousands of immigrants along the path to citizenship, and during the past 6 months has provided direct financial relief to immigrant families impacted by COVID-19. Larry is the former chairman and CEO of Citizens Financial Group and has been a philanthropic leader for decades. Atsko has won several awards for her work empowering women in both the U.S. and Japan. In the wake of the earthquake and tsunami in Japan, Atsko established the Japanese Disaster Relief Fund. Tonight, we recognize Larry and Atsko's philanthropic leadership and support of vulnerable communities by honoring them with the SOLAS Service Award.
The Rian Center has been an important part of our family philanthropy for over 20 years. It goes back to Sister Lena and the days when it was called the Irish Immigration Center. In those days, it took us a while to get over the Irish thing, because we were really interested in Asian and Latin American and African immigration. And then we learned that, in fact, Rian was about immigrants of all ethnicities, of all races, of all faiths, of all countries from all over the world.
I am originally from Japan, and I am the first generation of this country. And then I had to take a test and becoming a citizen of this country, and I memorized all the tests and etc. And even I had a good education. I had a job right away when I came to America. Emotionally, I can connect to them, immigrant, their issues. I understand personally, so this is so important, particularly as a first generation. I'm very proud of this country. I would like to help them because I know what it is like.
Well, back in April, it was very obvious that the most vulnerable population in our state was going to be the undocumented population. They were going to be disproportionately affected by the virus. Unemployment, health, lack of food, and tremendous social trauma as well. Just the fact that they were undocumented, they weren't eligible for any form of government support. So we put together a COVID immigrant response fund, focused specifically on the undocumented population.
Under our foundation.
Under our foundation. And then we collaborated with 2 other funders and raised over $3 million to get things going in the form of putting cash in the hands of undocumented, working with immigrant-facing not-for-profits across the whole state. And one that we turned to immediately was RIAN. The collaborative happened under Ronnie's leadership, and the response, which has been to date over $10 million in total from many different philanthropies, has been impressive and important. We had the Mayor's Resiliency Fund, we had the Governor's Fund, in addition to the 10 million of private philanthropy. But the need continues to be enormous.
Human rights is, again, 70 years ago, there was a big movement in America. But again, it is coming. And I think it is so important civil society have to understand who is an immigrant, what they do, good work for this country, how much we need them, and then they are suffering tremendously. And this is a time I think we would like to not only help him financially, but if Larry and I, we are being honored, which is an honor for us, but I think it is an important message to the society and community to really think about the human rights.
When Ronnie honored me and asked if Atsuko and I would be part of this event, we accepted, first of all, with appreciation for his request, but especially because of our very deep passion about issues related to immigration and therefore the work that the Rian Center does. On behalf of Atsuko and me, I would like to thank the Rian Center for this honor, and we look forward to the celebration and continuing our long association.
And on behalf of everyone at Rian, we thank particularly the Fish Family Foundation for most generous support over the years, constant support. Thanks for that. Ngozi Okoye is an immigrant from Nigeria, a single mother and a teacher. Her path has not been easy. She has experienced homelessness, abuse, lack of support, and until she came to Rian and met one of our immigration attorneys, Jackie Kelly, Ngozi persevered, had to persevere through it all. And tonight, Rian honors Ngozi Okoye with our SOLAS Courage Award.
My name is Ngozi Okoye. I'm from Nigeria. After I finished my bachelor's, I majored in computer engineering, and so I won a Chinese scholarship to go to China and study for my master's in information and communication engineering. Nigeria, it's not easy for most of the people living there. So for me, when my husband filed for me and told me that I'm gonna come over here, my heart was so much full of joy. In fact, all my friends in China, in Nigeria, I told everybody, I told my family, everybody was so happy. In fact, they feel like I am the luckiest person in the whole of Nigeria because everything is working out for me. School, now husband, now United States of America. When I started living with my husband, everything didn't start working the way I have thought, I have planned, and everything was just like different. Because my husband was my childhood friend too. I've known him a long time, but when I started living with him, he was a different person. The America I thought in my heart was different. Everything started changing. I became lonely. I became sad because the way he started treating me, I started losing myself, like my dignity, I can't even think like somebody who was educated anymore because he was talking down on me. Many times they have tried to choke me. It was a nightmare. Yes, it was a night. It was the moment I told him I'm pregnant, he left. One time I came back because I like to jog around just to make myself happy. I came back and I saw everything in the house is gone. The bed, the couches, the pot, everything. So I was devastated. I was tired. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to call. I don't have any family, not even one. My husband was my only friend. My husband was the only person I know. So there was a church very close to my place. I usually go there most of the time to pray to God. So the priests they know me. Almost everybody in the church, they know me very well. Somebody from the church introduced me to, there's a lady called Jennifer. She now told me that there's a place. I'm gonna give you a number. Call that number. Her name is Jackie. She works in the Irish Immigrant Center. She's going to help you. When Jackie came, Jackie was so sweet. She's one of the best people I've met in this whole wide world. She was nice. She listened to me. Like the first time somebody made out time to hear me out, to hear the truth, to hear exactly what happened. Not only she's a lawyer, she's a mother. She understands. She's amazing. I got help with my divorce and I got my green card through Jackie, through Ryan organization. I feel like I am free, like I can be anything. Like I feel like I belong here. I love what I'm doing now. I want to be a teacher, a licensed, certified special needs teacher. I pray for Ryan Center. I pray that God Almighty will just help them to grow more. When I become a citizen, like I said, I really want to give back in my job here in America. Myself, my son. My son comes is 3, and I hope and I pray and I'm training him to be a great son, somebody who is respectful, who goes for his dream, who believes he can be anything positive he wants to be in this world. Thank you, Ryan Immigrant Center, for this SOLAS award. It means the world to me. This award makes me understand there are still good people in the world doing great things.
Ngozi, congratulations, the SOLAS Award. Congratulations, you really deserve this. You're amazing. You are amazing, so you are. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, wow, this is... Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
So we wanted to do a song that represented the themes and ideas and values of the charity, emigration and home place. This next song is called Tíreala, which in Irish means other place, other land, or other country. And when we sing it, we think of our home in the north of Ireland and what it means to be free.
Just like all the times before, I find you staring at the door. If I leave, will you love me more? Well, I can't answer that. And just like all those other men whose heart is taken by the pen, if I leave, will you write me then? Well, I can't promise that. And won't it hurt if I refuse to give you love you never lose? Give can take the love you never miss. Hide the hand you'd never kiss. I can promise that paralyzed or wide awake, I give love you never take. Memories you will not make inside that clever head. Your sickness turned out to be all in your head and never me. Tell me once more, are you free? Let's put this to bed.
Just amazing music.
Really, really incredible, Brian. So beautiful.
And so well shot there as well. Those two young women really representing how traditional music blends perfectly with more contemporary sounds, the pop music of Ireland, and yet using the very symbol of Ireland itself, the harp, to create that overall sound. Lovely words, lovely harmonies. Saint Sister, they're one to watch out for.
They really are. It was so beautiful. And just to highlight, Morgan is the niece of Des McIntyre, another beacon of light. Des McIntyre is an immigrant from Ireland and a longtime friend and supporter of the Rian Immigrant Center. He is chair and CEO of Mellon and is well known in Boston as more than CEO of a large company, but as someone who genuinely cares about immigrants' rights and social and racial justice. Des is the real deal. Rian is pleased to honor Des with our SOLAS Leadership Award.
My name is Des McIntyre. I'm the CEO and chairman of Mellon. The work the Rian Immigration Center does is key. And as an immigrant of Irish origin, I know how valuable an organization like that can be. It provides a welcome, provides education, provides a nurturing environment, provides a home away from home. And you know, when you leave a country of your origin, you cannot underestimate the challenge that imposes on one as an individual. I left Ireland in 1988. Unemployment was 25%. I left to London. You know, to call then, to make contact with family then was much more challenging than it is today. We weren't connected. You had to make that walk down to the phone box, the clink of the change. And boy, those calls were expensive. Just to make contact with your brothers, your mothers, your family. And you know, today, even despite that, stepping out of your own culture, away from your friends, away from your childhood, is challenging. Challenges in coming to America, this great land of opportunity for those from Latin America, those from Africa, those from Europe, those from Eastern Europe, is enormous today, especially with the political environment we have. They say Ireland was the land of welcomes. In fact, my experience, I first went to London, but my experience in coming to America with my wife and going through the immigration experience with her was America was the land of welcomes. It embraced us, it gave us a home, it helped us. We had mentors to actually navigate a new world. And that's what the Rian Immigration Center does. It helps people navigate the legalese. It helps set them up in communities, makes contacts for them, creates a community, a nurturing community, and it makes them feel unapologetic for being here. The Rian Immigrant Center really celebrates diversity and inclusion. I think it's well proven that diversity of ideas, gender, color, ethnic origin and geography and nationality drive ideas, and they actually compound to create something very valuable. Sometimes it's the unexpected person, it's the unexpected group that enriches your nation, whether it be ideas, STEM, cuisine, drama, culture, literature. You know, the world's a great tapestry, and America has the luxury of bringing that together and creating a wonderful mosaic. Look, the environment we're living in this time of COVID, the disparities that exist in terms of wealth, in terms of access to education, housing, actually just good food. They compound. And, you know, I make no apologies. I'm an economic immigrant, and I've actually contributed to this great country. But I've had the opportunity, and I would not have been able to contribute to this country, to my community, to organizations like the Rian Immigrant Center, unless I was given that initial opportunity, unless I was embraced and nurtured and mentored and given, you know, access to this great country. You know, that person who, you know, you look at and you judge by the color or accent, you don't know what great contribution they can make to our lives. They could be instigator of a cure for disease. They could be a great advocate. They could be a great teacher. They could be teaching your kids. I'm humbled, one, to be considered to be amongst one of the worthy recipients today. My role is really as an advocate and to help this organization in a way I can. And I'm somewhat humbled just to be included on the list here today. It's important that we all get together. It's small, in large steps, whatever we can do. And actually, giving time is sometimes more valuable than money. So if you can lend a hand and lend time to this great organization, the Rian Immigrant Center, that would be appreciated. In terms of being a recipient of the award, the SOLAS Awards, I don't deserve it. But I'd like you all to deserve it and step up and engage and help this great organization. And I look forward to working with you as you do that going forward. Thank you very much. I'm honored for this award. Enjoy the rest of this virtual event.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Des.
Thank you very much, Ronnie.
No, really.
Again, I'm honored to be a recipient here today. I'm honored to be in such esteemed company. And I'd like to thank Ronnie and the Rian Immigrant Center for bestowing this upon me. I'd like to thank you all for engaging tonight and every day to support this great cause.
Congratulations, Des. It was great to hear your story, and thank you for all of your support. The SOLAS Awards celebration is Rian's only fundraising event this year. So we thank you all for joining us this evening, and we need your help. You can help empower thousands of immigrant families in the coming year by making a donation to Rian. And it's simply clicking on the donate button or texting SOLAS, S-O-L-A-S, to 888-646-0646. A generous donor has offered to match contributions made tonight up to $50,000. So please consider making a gift, and let's double your impact. And I want to remind everyone that you can also bid in our online auction, which will remain open until 10:30 tonight. Thank you.
We are especially pleased, though, right now to honor the crew members of a search and rescue ship called Juventa, who have worked tirelessly to rescue migrants in the Mediterranean before their vessel was seized by Italian authorities in 2017. And for 3 years now, prosecutors have been conducting a criminal investigation against the crew, whom they accuse of aiding and abetting illegal migration. The work of the Juventa crew hits home for Rian because our own sister Lena Devi has been working on the Greek island of Chios, aiding migrants arriving daily on its shores.
And many of the families and individuals that Rian serves have also experienced traumatic journeys to get to safety. Some through Central America and Mexico, others across the Mediterranean on boats that were barely seaworthy. We don't talk enough about those journeys or about the connections between the struggles here in the United States and migration around the world. Miguel Duarte will join us to accept the SOLAS Humanitarian Award on behalf of the Juventa crew. Brian and I are honored to stand in solidarity with the Juventa 10 and with all who seek refuge.
But first, we are deeply honored that one of America's most brilliant poets and human rights advocates, Carolyn Forche, has kindly agreed to be with us this evening. Carolyn is known for coining the term poetry of witness. How powerful is that? The poetry of witness. And she's going to share one of her recent poems. It's called The Boatman.
Hello. This is dedicated to Pia Klemp and her crew. The Boatman. We were 31 souls, he said, in the gray sick of sea, in a cold rubber boat, rising and falling in our filth. By morning this didn't matter. No land was in sight. All were soaked to the bone, living and dead. We could still float, he said, from war to war. What lay behind us but ruins of stone, piled on ruins of stone? City called Mother of the Poor, surrounded by fields of cotton and millet. City of jewelers and cloak makers with the oldest church in Christendom and the sword of Allah. If anyone remains there now, he assures, they would be utterly alone. There is a hotel named for it in Rome, 200 meters from the Piazza di Spagna, where you can have breakfast under the portraits of film stars. There, the staff cannot do enough for you. But I am talking nonsense again, as I have since that night we fetched a child, not ours, from the sea, drifting face down in a life vest, its eyes taken by fish or the birds above us. After that, Aleppo went up in smoke, and Raqqa came under a rain of leaflets warning everyone to go. Leave, yes, but go where? We lived through the Americans and Russians. The Americans again. Many nights of death from the clouds, mornings surprised to be waking from the sleep of death, still unburied and alive, with no safe place. Leave, yes, we'll obey the leaflets, but go where? To the sea to be eaten? To the shores of Europe to be caged? To Camp Misery and Camp Remain here? I ask you then, where? You tell me you are a poet. If so, our destination is the same. I find myself now the boatman, driving a taxi at the end of the world. I will see that you arrive safely, my friend. I will get you there.
What's his name?
The Christian name is Samuel.
Samuel?
Yeah.
Really beautiful name. And the young lady, what's her name? Rosemary. Hey, Rosemary, how are you doing?
The Juventa was a fishing ship that was adapted to serve the purpose of sea rescue in the Mediterranean Sea. From 2016 to 2017, the Juventa crew participated in the rescue of around 14,000 people. These boats have a very, very poor construction. The materials are really bad quality. They're certainly not built for open sea and certainly not built for such a huge amount of people. Anybody who is on one of these boats in the Mediterranean Sea is in immediate risk. It is an obligation of everybody at sea to rescue a vessel in distress and bring those people to a port of safety. It's not only our moral responsibility, but it's also criminal not to do what we did. There have been many attempts to criminalize solidarity, criminalize sea rescue in the central Mediterranean. These crews are stopped from doing their life-saving work because the ships get arrested and the crews are put under investigation. Our ship was confiscated on August the 2nd, 2017, and the investigations can take years. We can only imagine how many people died needlessly. These people could be us. We could find ourselves in a not so distant future in a situation in which we have to flee our country because of our political opinions or religion. We could even just be fleeing extreme poverty. There's a lot of reasons to be pessimistic these days, but if you look closely, you also have so many reasons to be hopeful.
Your power remains the same. Yes, it never changes.
The local people from Lesbos, from Chios, from all those islands, just like that, just immediately got out of the comfort of their homes and started helping. And that's why I feel there's so much reason for hope. On behalf of the crew of the Juventa, I'd like to thank the Rian Immigrant Center for the SOLAS Award. It's important to know that there are so many groups out there, so many collectives, so many institutions that do different kinds of work, but all with the same goal of helping people on the move.
My goodness, what a harrowing story. The
Really
crew of the
was.
Juventa going through so much there in Italy, a criminal investigation going on, and meanwhile, the refugees they serviced all of those years are left without the services of the Juventa. We sit here tonight in solidarity with that crew and all of the efforts of people on behalf of refugees around the world. Never more important.
Absolutely, very, very important. And we also want to recognize Carolyn. Thank you so much for your beautiful poem, The Boatman. Incredible, incredible words. But really with your work of creating poetry of witness, it's not just witnessing, but how do we stand up to injustices? So we thank you this evening.
The poetry of witness, what a powerful term that is. And more importantly than ever, we are continuing to ask for your support. The live ask is going on right now. By hitting that donate button, you can answer the call. The live auction is also going on. It's more important than ever that you consider what your contribution to the work of the Rian Immigrant Center is going to be tonight.
And we are so grateful. As Brian said, hit the donate button. Join us. You can text SOLAS to 888-646-0646. So please, thank you for being here and being so generous with your time and your giving. We want to thank the incredible Rian staff, right, under Ronnie Miller's leadership and the board and so many people that made this evening possible. And before we go, let's enjoy one last song by Saint Sister. Good night, and thank you so much, everyone.
And thank you, Linda. Great to be with you.
Thank you, Brian.
And thanks to all of you who participated already. That donate button, more important than ever.
We have one more song for you, Dancing in the Dark. It's not one of our own. I'm sure you'll know it. If you do, please sing along wherever you are in the world. Hope you're having a really good night. Before we go, we'd love to congratulate the honorees, especially my Uncle Des. Thank you so much for the great work that you do. Hope you enjoy this one. And sláinte agus gur maigad.
I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning, go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm just tired and bored of myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. Can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. Even if we're just dancing in the dark, messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving right in my place. I check my look in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face, but I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just sitting in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know there is. just dancing in. You see I'm getting older. There's a joke here somewhere, and it's on me. Shake this world off my shoulders. Come on, baby, the laugh's on me. Stay on the streets of this time. They'll be carving you up, alright. They say you gotta stay hungry.